What's up, Mythguardians? Leap Daniel here. We've got another round of Rings of Immortality cards for this week. I'll give my star ratings at the end if you don't have time to hear all my thoughts on each individual card. Let's go. First up is Doubling Dice. It's a 4-mana mythic artifact, which costs 2 orange gems. It has 6 durability. It starts with 1 energy, and it has a once per turn effect. You and your opponent reveal a card in hand. If their combined mana cost is even, deal energy damage to your opponent, then double your energy. If odd, discard your card. I have a lot to say about this card. First of all, it's expensive at 4 mana, and since you can only run 1 copy, you probably won't be building a deck around it. Secondly, it's really slow. The total damage grows exponentially at 2 to the n-1 for n correct guesses, so you have to take 3 correct turns, starting at turn 4 typically, just to deal 7 damage. But if you have 5 correct turns, that gives you 31 damage, which is probably victory right there. So it was really hard for me to think about what sort of deck this could find a home in. My first thought was that this was a discard effect, which could be used with Hopeless Necromantic. So even if you lose, you'd be happy whether you won or lost. But Disc of Circadia is frankly way more fast and consistent for discards. My second thought was that this could go in some kind of stretcher artifact deck. It would add some burn on the tail end perhaps, but it's still way too slow, and I don't see many tools Orange can add to that strategy. Red-Orange already has a much better strategy than that, namely value midrange. My third idea was that maybe you could play this alongside cards that let you peek at your opponent's hand to get a sense of how many odd and even cost cards they have. You could even use Mind Freak to tweak the odds in your favor. And my last idea was that this could be an alternate win condition for defender decks. Say you have a bunch of defenders on board, too big for your opponent to take down, but you can't manage to draw your alchemical key. Well, maybe you've drawn Doubling Dice instead, so you just sit behind your wall and very slowly burn your opponent down. So that's just a bunch of ideas. None of them seem like they have legs, but I think maybe some deck will play Doubling Dice, but it won't be key to their strategy. Next up, Nameless Poet. A 5-mana, 1 green gem common minion with 3 attack and 5 health. It has a demise effect. Return the bottom spirit minion from your boneyard into this lane with ephemeral. And it also has an effect where you can sacrifice this, and the returned minion also gets +2/+2 and warded. So this is an odd one. Initially, it looks like Hopeless Necromantic 2.0, and it kind of is, but it's more expensive and only revives spirits. There are 2 ways to use this, I think. The first is to not sacrifice it and use it as a kind of wall to hide behind, especially if your next spirit is a Hopeless Necromantic. You can make it very difficult for your opponent to get past a certain spot on your board if every time they kill a minion there, a new one revives in its place. You could then hide some strong lurker minion behind it, like Insurance Broker or Melano Soul Shepherd, perhaps. The second way is to trigger its effect yourself and play it as a 5-mana version of whatever spirit is on the bottom of your boneyard. By this method, I think only the most expensive spirits make for interesting targets. Baku Bogeyman, Hungry Ghost, Ravenous She, and perhaps Nine-Tailed Vixen for added recursion. Even a Fanatical Phantom from the new Drainy Diehard doesn't look so bad when summoned this way. A 5-mana 6/6 with Warded is certainly not bad. And if you draw right, you could even get that out as early as turn 3. With Drainy Diehard on the field, simply play Foul Harvest, followed by Nameless Poet. All 3 of those cards are common as well, so it wouldn't be too hard to pull it off. All that said, with current tools, Nameless Poet is just okay. But I'm hoping a powerful spirit minion will be revealed that will eventually push it into competitiveness. Okay, and here we do have a spirit minion, but I don't think it'll synergize with Nameless Poet very well. It's Wailing Yokai. It's a 2-mana, 1 purple gem common minion with 2 attack and 2 health. Its effect is Teleport, and at the end of its turn, deal 1 damage to your opponent for each minion that threatens it. More burn for spirits. I'm not sure exactly how this works though. A conventional deck will certainly not use this. Without the burn effect, it's pretty much just like Assault Wyvern, but smaller, and that card never sees play in its current form. But a Burnstall Spirit deck? Even there, I don't really see the point. You teleport this in front of a couple minions, deal 2 damage to your opponent's face, maybe protect a lurking Mothmara or something, and then they trade and it's gone. Seems underwhelming. I doubt even the Burnstall Spirits will want to use this. Lastly, we have Bragi's Ballad, a 3-mana rare spell, costs 2 blue gems, draw 3 cards, and choose a non-ephemeral card from your hand to shuffle back into your deck. A power creep on Brainstorm, but now costs 2 blue gems instead of 1. Not much to say, same card advantage, same mana cost, more consistent draws. Brainstorm is bad, one of the least played draw spells, but it's on the cusp of being good, so I'm pretty sure this card will see a lot of play. Now I'll get to my star ratings. Doubling Dice is a 2-star card, Nameless Poet is a 3-star card, Wailing Yokai is a 1-star card, and Bragi's Ballad is a 4-star card. Let me know if you agree with my assessments in the comments, and thanks for watching!